Hi guys, welcome back. Today we will continue to overanalyze card draw. To recap, last time we talked about one card thins and one card bonuses. These are cards whose specific goal is to either thin your deck or provide a bonus. However, this way of thinking is different for a few specific cards. Cards that give you a choice, such as the PANZER III-H, or give you two cards but you put one back on top of your deck, or other effects along those lines, could be considered a net 1 card draw. You could consider Night Patrol as a deck thinner, or PANZER III-H as simply a bonus unit. However, I highly suggest using these cards as purposeful parts of the deck, not simply a throwaway card. For example, if you have a show when drawn card, Night Patrol can simply keep reactivating that card. Alternatively, PANZER III-H can be used to streamline your deck against the specific enemy you're fighting, as you can choose the card that will stop their push and send the other less useful cards to the bottom of the deck. Thus, you may consider them for only their deck thinning or for their small bonus they inherently have, but I implore you to consider them as important parts of your deck instead. This is very different for 2+ card draw, however. With 1 draw cards, you're simply thinning your deck just to thin it, or going for bonuses, as a 1 card draw simply replaces itself with a new card. But with 2+ card draw, they are going to give you an extra card instead of replacing it. These cards give you more options and allow you to gain card advantage. These cards are very good, which is why you almost always see either Land Girls or Convoy HX in British decks. If you can spare the space for a 2+ card draw, 9 out of 10 times you should take it. Finally, variable card draws. These are card draws that don't guarantee any specific number of cards, such as Enigma, Conquest, Empire of the Sun, etc. Enigma can give you either a bunch of cards, or very few depending on your opponents, while Conquest requires you to have at least 1 unit, but can be a very beneficial way to upkeep board presence if you have multiple unit types. Then, Empire of the Sun can be great for high card draw, but I've legitimately never seen it used, as I assume it could simply mulligan your entire deck against a certain British infantry 1-cost card that just got nerfed. Anyway, volatile card draws can be great, but they are each so unique that it is hard to generalize them into specific categories. For example, what works with Conquest, lots of unit diversity, doesn't really help with explaining how to use cards such as Enigma, which requires either sending their cards back to hand or simply hoping their deck is slow. Thus, in the end, 1 draw cards are usually used either for their bonuses or for their deck thinning capability. 2+ draws are great and can be real game changers, and variable card draws can be some of the best, but usually require a specific circumstances to be great. Additionally, certain card drawing cards may have a specific use that makes it much better for use in specific combos, which should be noted. Anyway, that's the video. If you want some more specific examples, here's some fun ones I found. Here we can see me just keep on resending the PANZER III-H back to hand. And throughout the course of the game, I think I got about 3 cards from that, and they were all very helpful. So you can use cards like that, you can just keep on reactivating them if they're units, with cards that are like sending it back to hand. The Panzer Grenadier 50 can also do this infinitely, but it's very expensive. In this example, they board wiped and then used 5-year plan, so that they had a significant card connectivity, and I ended up losing the game because of it. Here, I use Night Patrol to reactivate my Coronado multiple times. Needless to say, I got a lot of boosters on the board using just Night Patrol, and the same thing can be done with many other draw when shown cards. I actually have a deck all about it, so I'll put it in the comments. And finally, my favorite combo is Finnish Boys and Lesser Evil, which, since Finnish Boys doesn't let you discard cards, simply just draws you 2 cards. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching,